I'm Jess, and welcome to my channel. Today is Trans Day Visibility, and the last day of the Trans Rights Readathon. As trans rights are being eroded around the world, and the United States is trying to pass a federal book banning bill, H.R. 7661, that will be used to target queer stories, it is so important for all of us to stand up for trans rights and support trans people. One of the easiest ways to support trans people is to uplift their voices and read their stories. Reading increases empathy. There have been studies that show that just knowing one gay person, even if that person is fictional, reduces prejudice. The same applies for all marginalized people, including trans, non-binary, two-spirit, and gender non-conforming people. This is why reading trans stories matters. This year's Trans Rights Readathon ran from March 17th to March 31st. Its goal is for readers to read and uplift books written by or featuring characters that are trans, non-binary, two-spirit, or gender non-conforming. Here are the books I read. On March 17th, my hold of How to Lose a Goblin in 10 Days by Jessie Silva became available. This was clearly fate telling me to take part in the Trans Rights Readathon. Halfling Pansy inherits her grandmother's cottage, but when she moves in, she finds that it's already occupied by Goblin Wren. Wren's clan has been taking care of the cottage for decades, and Wren has just taken over as caretaker from their aunt when Pansy shows up. Pansy and Wren make a deal to share the cottage until one of them decides to move out, and whoever is left gets to keep the cottage. I enjoyed How to Lose a Goblin in 10 Days. It's a cute, cozy fantasy romance, or maybe romantasy. Next up, I read Johnny Appleseed by Joshua Whitehead. Johnny Appleseed follows Johnny in the week leading up to his return home for his stepfather's funeral. I don't really know what to say about this book. It's not something I would normally choose to read. That being said, I didn't dislike it, and as I was reading, I found myself wanting to keep going. It was good, just not really for me, but I don't regret reading it. I finished the Trans Rights Readathon with 2 books by the same author, Cemetery Boys and Lost in the Neverwoods by Aidan Thomas. Cemetery Boys is about trans teen Yadriel trying to prove himself to his family by finding out what happened to his murdered cousin, but instead ends up summoning the ghost of his school's resident bad boy, Julian Diaz. Lost in the Neverwoods is a Peter Pan reimagining. It takes place 5 years after Wendy and her brothers went missing, and when he returned alone with no memory of what happened. Now kids in town are going missing, and Wendy, with the help of Peter Pan, must find and rescue them. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to finish either Cemetery Boys or Lost in the Neverwoods, so I can't give my final opinion on them. But so far, I'm enjoying them both. I wasn't able to read as many books as I'd hoped over the past 2 weeks. These are the books that I didn't have a chance to get to. The Sunbearer Trials by Aidan Thomas, Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews, and The Deep by Rivers Solomon. I'd also like to shout out the books that didn't make the list only because I've already read them. A Gentleman's Gentleman by T.J. Alexander, an enjoyable trans Regency romance, and the Sworn Soldier series by T. Kingfisher. As far as I know, T. Kingfisher is a cis woman, but she did a fantastic job writing Alex Easton, the non-binary main character of the Sworn Soldier series. Just because the Trans Rights Readathon is over, that doesn't mean that I will stop reading books by trans, non-binary, two-spirit, and gender non-conforming authors. In fact, I'm looking for suggestions for more books to read, particularly books by trans women, because I have not yet read anything written by a trans woman, and I would like to correct that gross oversight. Leave your book recommendations in the comment section and let me know what you read for the Trans Rights Readathon. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button and have a good rest of your day.